Welcome to Back Bike Beat, and today we're diving deep into the 2025 Yamaha FZX 150, Yamaha's neo-retro commuter with scrambler DNA. It's a machine that doesn't just move you from point A to B, it tries to inject style, comfort, and modern features into the everyday ride. The question is, does it succeed, and is it worth your money? Let's break it all down. At first sight, the FZX 150 looks like something lifted from a cafe culture Instagram feed rather than your average city commuter. The round LED headlamp with integrated DRLs is a clear throwback to classic Yamaha heritage, while the LED execution brings it into the present. The tank design is muscular, and depending on color variant, you might get textured tank pads that add grip and visual depth. The seat, a stepped, tuck-and-roll pattern, is designed to echo the vibe of older scramblers and cruisers. It isn't just an aesthetic trick. The padding is generous, wide enough for comfort but not so wide that it makes city maneuvering awkward. The rear section is minimalist, with LED tail light and sturdy grab handles, giving the bike a clean, uncluttered look. Block pattern tires and fork gaiters add just enough ruggedness without overselling off-road ability. The FZX 150 is powered by a 149 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine. On paper, the 12.4 PS of power and 13.3 Newton-meters of torque might look modest, especially compared to newer 160 cubic centimeters rivals. But Yamaha has tuned this engine with a different philosophy. It's not about racing, it's about usable, accessible torque for city and occasional highway riding. Peak torque arriving at 5,500 RPM means you don't need to wring the throttle to get moving. Gear shifts are smooth through the 5-speed box, and Yamaha's fueling system ensures consistent power delivery. What you get is predictable, confidence-building performance rather than adrenaline bursts. Suspension setup is standard but effective, telescopic forks at the front, monoshock at the rear. While not sporty, it's tuned for comfort. On urban potholes, rough patches, and speed bumps, the FZX absorbs shocks better than many commuter bikes. The rear monoshock, which is adjustable in some trims, lets you tweak the ride depending on load or preference. For braking, the dual-disc setup is supported by single-channel ABS at the front. It's enough for this performance level. The 282mm front disc bites well, and while rear feedback isn't razor-sharp, it does the job. Where this bike shines is the ergonomics. The seat height of 810mm offers a tall, commanding view of the road, but the narrow seat profile makes it approachable even for riders on the shorter side. Handlebar positioning is upright, letting you sit naturally, shoulders relaxed. The foot pegs are neutral, not pushed too far back like a sport bike, and not way forward like a cruiser. Together, this triangle delivers a riding stance you can sustain for long stretches. Pair that with the wide, cushioned seat and you've got a bike that commuters will appreciate daily and that weekend riders can enjoy on longer runs without fatigue. Performance on the road reflects this balance. In city traffic, the bike feels nimble thanks to its 139 kilograms curb weight. Filtering through cars, tight U-turns, or darting into gaps feels natural. The engine doesn't heat up excessively in stop-go traffic, which is a plus in crowded cities. Out on the highway, it cruises comfortably between 80 and 95 km per hour, push beyond 100 and it'll get there, but vibrations set in at the bars and pegs, and you know you're asking more than it's designed to give. Still, for most riders who occasionally hop onto the highway for weekend rides or short trips, it's adequate. Mileage hovers between 45 and 50 kmpl in mixed riding, and that makes ownership easy on the pocket. Tech features add to the appeal. The digital LCD cluster is crisp, showing speed, RPM, gear indicator, and trip data clearly even under sunlight. In trims with Yamaha's Y-Connect app, you get smartphone pairing that brings call and SMS alerts, last park location, maintenance reminders, and more. A USB charging port tucked under the console is useful on long rides. Lighting is fully LED, ensuring both good visibility and modern styling. Safety is enhanced with a sidestand engine cutoff and ABS. For a bike in this segment, Yamaha has packed in plenty. Now let's talk about price. In India, the ex-showroom price is around 1.36 Indian rupees lakh, with on-road totals often around Indian rupee 1.57 or 1.62 lakh depending on state taxes and insurance. In Pakistan, you're looking at a figure close to PKR 385,500, though dealer margins and duties can push it higher. In other markets, the price usually aligns with Yamaha's mid-range commuter line, making it more expensive than entry-level 125 cubic centimeters bikes but still significantly cheaper than premium 250 cubic centimeters models. The question then is whether the extra you're paying over a plain commuter justifies what you're getting. For many, the answer is yes. You're not just buying a bike, you're buying style, features, and comfort that elevate the everyday experience. Compared to its rivals, the FZX 150 takes a different approach. The Honda Hornet 160R and TVS Apache RTR 164V are more performance-oriented, with higher horsepower and sharper handling. They'll appeal to riders who want excitement and sporty styling. The Suzuki Gixxer 155 balances sport and daily usability but leans more toward aggressive design. The FZX, meanwhile, is aimed at riders who don't care about shaving seconds off a sprint to 100 km/h but do care about riding in comfort, standing out in traffic, and saving money at the pump. If you line them up, the FZX is the gentleman, stylish, practical, and measured, while others are the rowdy cousins chasing adrenaline. Long-term ownership is an area Yamaha tends to shine. Service intervals are straightforward, parts are generally reliable, and build quality means fewer rattles and quirks even after years of use. Owners report that the FZ and FZX engines can run tens of thousands of kilometers with basic maintenance. Combined with the fuel efficiency, this makes the bike an economical choice over the long run. Resale value also tends to be stable since Yamaha has a loyal following. Of course, it's not perfect. Riders looking for touring capabilities may feel limited by the 10-liter fuel tank. For longer journeys, you'll need more fuel stops. Performance junkies will find the 12.4 horsepower underwhelming compared to 16 to 17 horsepower rivals. The single-channel ABS, while helpful, leaves the rear unassisted, and some would prefer dual-channel safety. And although the suspension is tuned for comfort, really broken roads will still test your patience. But every bike is about compromises. What the FZX 150 delivers is a clear statement: it isn't trying to be the fastest, the cheapest, or the sportiest. It's trying to be the most balanced lifestyle commuter. It's for the rider who wants to arrive in style, who enjoys the little touches of modern tech, who values fuel efficiency and reliability, and who doesn't mind paying a small premium for design that stands out. Picture yourself on a weekday morning, weaving past traffic with minimal effort, sitting comfortably upright with no strain. Picture the same bike parked outside a cafe on Saturday evening, drawing glances with its retro styling. That's what Yamaha is selling here, a bike that transitions from weekday utility to weekend lifestyle companion. So who should buy it? New riders who want a forgiving first motorcycle that won't scare them. Commuters who spend long hours in traffic and want comfort without giving up style. Riders who occasionally hit the highway but ride mostly within city limits. People who want a motorcycle that is as much a fashion statement as it is a machine. Thanks for watching this Bike Beat Deep Dive. If you enjoyed this review, smash the like button, subscribe for more in-depth bike breakdowns, and don't forget to share your own thoughts in the comments, especially if you've ridden or owned the FZX 150. Your stories help other riders make smarter choices. Ride safe, and as always, keep the passion alive on two wheels.